A strange one. Stormrunner playing some quick battles. Thought he'd send this in. With 4 Stormvermin, one of which is a Council Guard, the other ones are Sword and Board. Versus the Tomb Kings, Old Omen piloting them. Katep and a Casket of Souls. Casket of Souls not usually good against Skaven, but if your opponent brings 4 Stormvermin, then yeah, sure, I guess. Seems fine. For the Skaven build, 1 Warp Lightning Cannon. After the buff they received in patch 4.0, they have been very much worth their cost. Not OP, not even that strong, but they're fine. They're solid. Yeah. Avalanche Mortars, 3 Stormvermin, Sword and Shield, 1 Council Guard, some Skaven Slaves. We do have a Poison Globe. We have the Teethbreakers, Rattling Guns. Looks like 1 Wolf Rat with Poison, another one in the distance, and then Lord Skrulk. There's Rod of Corruption, Libra One-Shot a Kiss. Vermintide Summon, Plague Monk Summon, Plague, and Pestilent Breath. That is too many spells. You will never get your value out of all 4 of them. On the Tomb King side, there were 2 Carrion. Now both the Carrion are dead. Sporkle Stalker, Ushopti Greatbow, a Tomb Scorpion, a Casket of Souls, 2 Screaming Skull Catapults, some Nahkar Horsemen, then a bunch of Skellies with Grand Hierophant Kotep, and Screaming Skull Catapult is losing a fight with the Warp Lightning Cannons right now. Teethbreakers making those Carrions' life hell. Along with the damage they deal, they also give it Suppress, slowing them down, making it easier for Globes to hit them, and say goodbye to those Carrion. Kotep is charging forward. I am very concerned about this. Wolfrats might just land on him. But for now, he is throwing out his Bound Skull Storm onto the Stormvermin with Sword and Shield. It is doing pretty good damage to them. The Warp Lightning Cannon is getting shot by Ushopti and 2 Screaming Skull Catapults. Having a bad, bad time. Skaven overall are happy to just trade fire for now, though. Especially if the Teethbreakers can just walk up to Ushopti and get some naked shots off. That's a big win for the Skaven. I wonder if they had their smoke bombs popped or something. Skeletons are now starting to move up, realizing they'll probably have to get into melee combat with this Skaven build. And the Casket of Souls is still trying to punish these Stormvermin as Screaming Skull Catapults pummel the Warp Lightning Cannons and actually are probably going to finish them off about now. Avalanche Mortars unfortunately missed their first volley on the Skeleton Warriors, who stopped right before they would have been hit. And the Teethbreakers, are you firing at the Nahkar Horsemen? Yes, you are. That's the correct target. Decent little damage onto them. We'll see if the Nahkar Horsemen can just push through and get onto those Rattling Guns anyway, as they don't do enough damage to save themselves if the unit is targeting them. But Stormvermin are advancing, so they could shut all this down. Some Wolfrats get caught out. They will not be able to sneak into the back line and take down those Screaming Skull Catapults. Avalanche Mortars, it looks like you're firing at the Nahkar Horsemen, which they can do okay damage there. Not great, but okay. We do have 1 Wolfrat that has successfully snuck around the side and could maybe get both Screaming Skull Catapults, which would be a huge value trade for them. Skaven continue to try and harass the Tomb Kings, though it is getting more difficult as Kotep has found his way onto the Teethbreakers, who are also being shot by Ushopti, so it looks like they're going to rout soon. Poison Globes in the back are doing really good damage to Skeleton Warriors, but Skeleton Spearmen should be able to shut them down soon. We're quickly getting down to just the Stormvermin here, as they try and push through. Oof, nasty shot from Casket of Souls. Ushopti Greatbows, if they can, they need to get in range and start firing at the Avalanche Mortars rather than the Screaming Skull Catapults doing it, because Screaming Skull Catapults really aren't doing that much damage. Instead, they could be focusing on this stuff, where all these Skaven Slaves are breaking, so are the Stormvermin. Skaven Slave, Stormvermin, Stormvermin. I think the last Stormvermin was like... Yeah, okay. Never mind, we counted for them all. Kotep taking a good amount of damage, now starting to fall back as the Teethbreakers have rallied in the woods and are firing at him. Warp Lightning Cannons trying to get back online, but if they come near those Screaming Skull Catapults again, they'll just shatter. And the dogs are here. The dogs decide to take a fight with the Ushopti Greatbows instead of the Screaming Skull Catapults, which I guess they're getting good damage out, but I do have to disagree with that, because they could have killed the Screaming Skull Catapults in the blink of an eye and then moved on to the other ones. They're getting decent damage here, but their leadership is failing them, as it usually does for these poor dogs. Not that they're a bad unit, they're just bounced around their really bad leadership. Thankfully for them, the Sporkle Stalkers are doing more friendly fire than damaging the dogs, helping them actually clear those guys out. Globes have been pushed back. Teethbreakers are still firing. And the Ushabti summon was used over here on the globes, it looks like, instead of the Teethbreakers. So the Tomb Kings are having some target priority issues, I must say. Skaven Slaves and Stormvermin advancing under withering fire from multiple weapons teams. They should overall be fine, unless they get friendly fired by their own avalanche mortars, which is seeming more likely by the second, to be honest. On the low ground, Council Guard have gotten over to the Scream Skull catapults, finally shut that guy down, quickly killing them off. And the Casket of Souls might just be next. Tomb Kings are falling behind in the balance of power, and I don't think there's much they can do at this point. Target priority was just not on point. The Stormvermin will be able to just walk them down at this point. I don't see... Well, maybe it's Sepulchral Stalkers with full ammunition could maybe do something? I guess... Council Guard and dogs surround a Casket of Souls. They're going to kill it off pretty easily. And then it's just going to be the Tomb Scorpion, Kotep, and the Sepi Stalks, which are now under attack by a Plague Monk summon and dogs. Ooh, they need to get away from that Plague Monk summon. So they can just wait it out, but it looks like they're just stuck here fighting for now. Warp Lightning Cannon's even back online? It is, and it's firing at Kotep. Somehow the Scream Skull Catapult has also still managed to be here. And even it resurrected an artillery model. I shit you not. If you were paying attention earlier, it went down to 2, and now it's at 3, which I find very funny. Skrult can kill it off. Yeah, he's just going to summon a clan round on top of it. Everything on this low ground for the Tomb Kings is dead. It is officially the Tomb Scorpion. Kotep. Oh no, he's just going to throw a plague on it. As a representation of Skrulk, it looks like him. I know it's not, but it looks like him. Just T-poses on the catapults till they die. Army losses hits for the Tomb Kings. And that is that. Lord Skrulk did fine. Avalanche Mortars did great. Council Guard did well. Teethbreakers did well. Stormvermin Sword and Board, not a lot of value, but they did just walk at stuff ominously. Dogs got really, really good value. That's about it. The other side for Old Omen. Ushabti Greatbows did fine. Scream Skull Catapults did fine. Everything else really struggled. GG, though. Roar! Subscribe, yes, yes.